Japan has extended its state of emergency as COVID-19 continues to pressure healthcare. Tokyo and 18 other prefectures will remain under the decree until the end of the month. Daily infection numbers have been slowing, but outgoing Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga says that the number of critically ill patients remains high. He's vowed to do his utmost until his last day in office. Mr. Suga says that he would like to pave the way for a return to normal life. He stressed the importance of vaccinations, saying inoculation certificates would allow for restrictions to be eased. Michio Ishida joins us live now for more. Michio, Prime Minister Suga, he's faced mounting criticism for his handling of COVID-19, but he still wants to stay in politics.
Yes, well, actually, Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga laid out some of his achievements during the year, that he was able to create a carbon-neutral society idea by 2050. He was able to reduce mobile phone fees, reduce burden of social welfare fee on the young people. On COVID-19, he said he wants to work with the next Liberal Democratic Party president, which means the next prime minister, as he wants to pave the way for a resumption of social activity. It's by living with COVID-19, and the key he's been repeating is vaccination. It's proven to reduce deaths among the elderly people, with Japan's inoculation rate of those above the age of 65, 90%. And by the end of this month, 60% of the population will be vaccinated, according to Mr. Suga. And he plans to set up oxygen stations, field hospitals, promote antibody cocktail therapy. And he said Tokyo actually tested 420 cases and 95% showed signs of recovery. Now, he also talked about North Korea and said that he wanted to bring home a Japanese abducted to North Korea. It's a policy he's been in charge of as Chief Cabinet Secretary, meaning he is keen to be reelected into Parliament in the coming general election.
In the meantime, Michio, the leadership race for the top job in the country, that continues. Have the contenders indicated just how they would manage the pandemic?
Well, Fumio Kishida, who's former foreign minister and former LDP policymaker, announced plans for trillions of yen of package to create emergency medical facilities and to encourage people to work from home with hefty subsidies. The government wants the majority of the people here to stay home to prevent the spread of COVID-19. And Mr. Kishida thinks the small and slow rollout of subsidies has hurt many people's lives, so he wants to create an agency for health crisis management. Now, Sanae Takaichi, who is a former internal affairs minister and only the second woman to run in the LDP presidential race, wants to form an extra budget too, but it's not just for COVID-19, but for all kinds of disasters Japan faces, including earthquakes, floods, and landslides. She wants to make sure Japan is ready when contagious disease situation worsens, with a law to allow lockdown. Now, Japan will want to eventually open its doors to foreign visitors, and that will also mean that there will be all kinds of virus entering the country, so she wants to prepare for that. Now, we also wait to hear from Taro Kono, who's a minister in charge of vaccination and former foreign minister and former defense minister. He is one of the top favorites expected to be in the LDP presidential race. Now, official campaigning kicks off on the 17th of September. Back to you.
Michio, thank you. Michio Ishida there live in Tokyo.